Hello folks, my name is Rick Fenninger. I'm a composer for video games, films, and other media. Ignore the heater back there. I live in New Hampshire and it's -3 today. Little nippy. So today I want to talk about the TEC Breath Controller. And I'll go through a couple libraries. I know we all want to be woodwind and brass players, right? So this allows you to actually shape phrases with your breath on your MIDI keyboard, and I'll talk about that. First end just plugs right into USB, then you blow into actually a tube for the other end. And the interface is right here, very straightforward. When you get it up, these are the parameters that I like and use. They work for me. You might find some other ones. Experiment with them. But basically, if you select breath and MIDI channel 1, MIDI message control change and breath controller, it will function right away. So right out of the box. I will put a link down below in the description to the unit itself that you can buy or purchase. I'm not affiliated with it at all, but it works. And I'm going to show you several libraries that you can use this with and get pretty good results. So onward. All right, I'm going to start with a couple brass instruments. I got the MIDI breath controller right here, ready to go. I'm going to start with the French horn and tuba. Actually, I'll just start with the French horn, but it's housed as French horn and tuba. And I'll put links in the description below. It's a native instrument. Well, it's through Native Instruments, I believe. So obviously, play the keyboard, control it with your breath. You can also do vibrato with the mod wheel or with your breath. I'll do both. Got to be careful with the mod wheel because it gets a little too vibrato-y. So here's a good example. So you can shape really nice legato lines. Fairly simple to use. I have Space Designer reverb on here, nothing incredible. And all you have to do with this is go down and select Breath Controller from the pull down menu here. I have it up here, you can see it. And that's the French horn. So again, I use this a lot for solo legato lines. Works really well. Next, I'll talk about the trumpet. Trumpet. Plugins loaded as needed. What's that? Never got that before. Of course, when I make videos, weird things happen, right? All right, so here's the trumpet made by the same company. As you can see, it says CC11 not received yet. So let's go down to trumpet. Oops. Let's hit record. And it might actually work. Again, I'm using my breath to make the vibrato. Vibrato is a little nicer with the mod wheel on the trumpet. So with this, obviously I'm selecting breath controller, but you can also select different mutes. So if I go down here and select mutes, and in this case I'll just do a straight mute. You can hear what that sounds like. I've already demonstrated these with my EWI. Again, great for solo legato trumpet lines. Let's select Harmon and stem. Where else could you go a double G and play it pianissimo? So obviously there's not a trumpet player alive that's going to do that. Maybe there isn't. I don't know about it. You could tell me about it. But there's a couple of brass instruments. Next, I'll go into some woodwind instruments. All right, woodwinds, and another company called Wallander, which I'll get to, which has a variety of stuff. So I'll start with the alto flute. This is made by SWAM Instruments, and right there is the interface. Same things apply. Pretty straightforward. The nice thing about this is you can load. So if you click on the load, it gives you presets. So I'm just going to go cancel because I already loaded the breath control. But it gives you a variety of keyboards, Lin Instruments, Seaboard, wind controller. So I've obviously selected the breath. And this is the alto flute. Mod wheel does vibrato, which I think in this case adds it. What I like about these are very not a lot of resources on your CPU. So fairly nice sounding. And again, I just have a basic, B flat reverb on these, nothing special. Bass flute, same company. Get that up. So here's the bass flute. Fairly nice sound. I've used these a lot for, melodic legato type lines, obviously, right? Oh, flute. This one I'm not as impressed by. You can be the judge of that. Here's the flute. I guess maybe because I'm a flute player, and anytime I need a legato solo flute thing, I'll put it in myself. But again, if you're not a woodwind player, flute player, works great. Piccolo, I have used this a lot. I am a piccolo player too, but it's just easier to use this than put the piccolo in. Especially since I don't play a ton of piccolo. I do own a piccolo. So, same thing. Not a bad sound. Not a bad sound. Sits nicely in the mix. So, all right. Last, I want to go through a company called Wallander, Wallander, I believe. And this has got a pretty cool user interface in that it gives you a stage, gives you a person that you can move around the stage. Adding instruments is fairly straightforward. Well, very straightforward, actually. So you just click on the plus, and these are the ones that I own: the concert flute, the oboe. You can read through these. I'll start with the oboe, and you just select. You can add more than one instrument to this. So I'm just going to do one today. Click the check, and there's the oboe. So oboe d'amore. Should add that the mod wheel in this case does not add vibrato. Maybe you can program it. I don't know. I tend to use my diaphragm vibrato. And again, you can move it around the stage. Point it to the back of the hall. I don't know if that's coming through for you guys, but pretty cool. You can also change here if you decide to use different reverbs environments. So they have a church, recording studio, theater. Every time I talk, it comes out of my mouth, right? And totally dry, which sounds bad, but if you put it with your own reverb, it's nice. Go back to the symphony hall, and then to get rid of an instrument, just hit the minus and go to the plus. French horn isn't bad. I've used this. Tends to be a little brighter, but again, you can move it around. Again, very little resources with this on your computer, on your CPU. So that gives you the idea. Clarinet I have used actually quite a bit for this one. Clarinet's not bad sounding. Trumpet, I think for me is a little harsh. Can't remember. I haven't used it in a while. Might have spit in this. Just a bit much for me. But if you want that kind of bright sound. So that's in a nutshell some of the instruments that you can use with. There's others that you can use with the MIDI Breath Controller. I'll put links down below in the description, and hope this sort of piqued your interest in some of this. I think if you're not a wind player or a brass player and you don't play electronic wind instrument or the Yamaha WX7, 11, 5, whatever. Well, I can't remember which one I own anymore. I think this is a great alternative if you're a keyboard player to get, and you could try this on other instruments. I've tried this on string libraries. I've messed around with some other things to add breath control. So hope this helped.